Hello everyone, Bear here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Stamina Warden PvP build for the Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor update. Let's hop right into it. The first set we are using here is Briarheart. This comes from Orsinium, Hrothgar, whatever you want to call it. So Briarheart here gives you 833 weapon critical, 1000 maximum stamina, 833 weapon critical again, and whenever you deal critical damage, you increase your weapon damage by 450 for 10 seconds, and while this effect is active, any critical strike you have heals you for 349 health. So for our dual wield, on your main sword, you're going to want Nirnhoned. On your offhand sword, you're going to want Sharpened. For the jewelry, on the necklace, we have Infused with a weapon damage enchant. And then on the rings, we have Bloodthirsty with 2 weapon damage enchantments also. On our back bar, we are using the Sword and Shield of Potentes. You're going to want the sword in Powered and the shield in Sturdy if you can get it. So I mainly use this just because I like to be tankier on my back bar. It gives us 3% player damage reduction, so we take 3% less damage. But if you wanted to, you could run a bow on here and have poison injection and snipe. But I like playing more defensive, so Potente's Sword and Shield works great. For our helmet and shoulder, we are running a set that people really don't run that often, but honestly, I want to use it, so I've put it on this build and it works awesome. We are using the Marsalok set. It is just a pretty nasty dot you can put on somebody. It's one extra thing that they have to cleanse off, and if they don't cleanse it off, it does a pretty good amount of damage to them, and you're always going to have negative effects on you in Cyrodiil. You're always going to be getting hit by something, so this number is always going to be getting buffed up, and you're just going to be doing more damage to them overall. Now, if you don't want to use Marsalok or you don't have it, you could always use Bloodspawn for a little bit more defense. You could use Baylorg for the extra damage, or you could use Troll King for the extra healing. The other set we are using here is Mechanical Acuity. Now this pairs really well with Briarheart. So Mechanical Acuity here is a pretty fun set to use. You get 1000 maximum magic, get 1000 maximum stamina, you get weapon damage, and whenever you deal direct damage, you gain unerring mechanical vision for 5 seconds, granting you 100% critical strike chance. And pairing this with the Briarheart set, whenever we have this 100% critical strike chance, we're going to be getting the buff from Briarheart and the healing from Briarheart. And on top of that, every single one of our abilities for that 5 seconds is a guaranteed crit. For the armor here, you're going to want 2 pieces heavy, 5 pieces medium. You're going to want 5 impen on the armor, and then 2 well-fitted. All stamina enchants. If you can do some tri-stat enchants on the big pieces, but I'm just running straight stamina enchants, and that just gives me a lot of stamina to work with. And now it is time to go over all of the skills we are using. These are some pretty standard stuff. We have Arctic Blast. This is our main burst heal. It also stuns the enemy, but mainly it's just a burst heal. We're using Bird of Prey. That gives us the minor berserk, increasing our damage done by 8%, and also when you cast it, you get a little bit of speed. We got Whirling Blades as our execute, plus it does a good amount of damage, but Whirling Blades, great execute. We got Subterranean Assault, that is our main damage. It does a lot of damage when it finally bursts, and it also fractures the enemy, reducing their physical resistance by 5200, which is great. Then we have Cutting Dive as our main spammable ability. You're just going to want to constantly throw this at people. It does a good amount of damage. It's just a really good ability nowadays. And then for our ultimate, we have Dawnbreaker of Smiting. Dawnbreaker needs no introduction. It does a stun, it does a lot of damage. It's awesome. After that, on our back bar, we have some pretty common stuff too. We have Shimmering Shield, deflects projectiles, and also gives us some heroism to get our ultimate back faster. We have Leeching Vines. Now, you can switch this one out with Rapid Maneuvers if you want to. This is just a nice little heal to put on us. It gives us some life still. We're constantly healing from it. We have Vigor as our heal over time. Then we have the Netch for the... It gives us stamina back constantly, and it gives us the Major Brutality, increasing our weapon damage by 25%. Then we've got the Ice Fortress for the physical and spell resist, as well as the minor protection it gives us. For your ultimate, you can use Permafrost, you could use the trees that pop up. For your back bar, it really doesn't matter. Alright, now let's go on over to the character sheet, and I will show you guys what we are working with here. And first off, I gotta apologize. This screenshot came out so bad, I don't know why. So we've got 13k maximum magic, 24k health, 29k stamina, but it's like right on the cusp of being 30k. We have 1200 stamina recovery, 4500 weapon damage, 20k physical resist, 21k spell resist, and 3000 critical resist. So the reason his stats aren't as good as they could be is because this guy is a high elf, and I personally do not feel like leveling up another character. So I just turned my high elf warden, my magic warden, into my stamina warden. But if you were an orc, you would have a way better time. If you were a Nord, all of those races, those stamina races, would have better stats than this guy. That being said, this guy is still awesome, and he does a ton of damage. I believe that's all we need to talk about, right? We have all 64 points into stamina. We're using the Warrior Mundus Stone. And the preferred race for this would probably be an Orc. Orcs are just awesome. They do a ton of damage. They have a ton of stamina. I may need to race change this guy, I guess. And like always at the end of the video, we have the champion points. And like I always say, do the champion points how you want to do them. Everybody is different. If you dodge roll more, put more points into tumbling. If you need more recovery, put even more points into the moon calf or whatever it's called. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. We just hit 500 subscribers, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.